Okay, so I'm ready to analog core. Now I'm gonna clarify this. So not worry about me. Not you know, like not making specific videos on analog core or like, or I said analog. I'm my fault. I mean, do not worry about me not making any more horror videos. I will continue to play do react to horror videos, and I definitely will react to more, not just more horror videos, but I will be playing like more horror games too. Because not only do I generally want to do that, but also because I feel like I didn't upload that much scary videos anyway. So I will be playing more. I'm not just every YouTuber be like, I'm gonna do horror stuff in October because I'm scary. Like, no, bro. Like, come on, bro. But yeah. So, but yeah, once I get a better mic, I definitely will continue. I'll play more horror games on console and PC. Oh, I don't have a PC yet, but that's what we get next year, right? Okay.
If you are receiving this message, please stay calm. If you are
Those
currently showing
cancer
any
ass
other
voice.
facial expressions besides from smiling, stop immediately. You
Bro,
must immediately change your facial expression into smiling. There are
bro.
anomalies in your area.
What
It's
the
been
fuck is
confirmed
that?
that they will attack anyone who is not smiling or showing
Bro,
any form of happiness. It
bro.
appears that smiling or showing any joy will confuse the anomalies into thinking you are one of them. If a
Bro.
person is
What
not
the
smiling,
fuck is
they
that?
will
Dude, it look like a damn necromorph.
be violently terminated. The
Cooked.
anomalies travel in herds and have split into packs in your area.
That's
Whatever you
crazy.
do not show any other emotions or facial expressions like sadness, fear, angry, possessed.
What?
One of my friends had also written in his diary about this. It started
Wait, wait, bro, hold on, wait. So, basically, these things just walked to someone's house, didn't see someone smiling, just killed them.
5
What?
days ago. Those
What?
5 days
That's
of
crazy.
disaster. I always tried to stay positive, and I loved smiling and expressing my emotions. But
hmm
ever since these joy monsters appeared,
These joy monsters? Bro, yo, bro, this reminds me of Laser World Gumball when they had like that smile thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you got infected, you would just smile and just be like a smiling zombie kinda. You know what I'm talking about, Gumball. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
smiling signals suffering, devastation, and fear. I remember 2 nights ago, when I was still doing everything I could to keep smiling, like watching
Mhm.
funny videos, I couldn't keep up the smiling. So I
Mhm.
decided to get a knife and cut into my own cheeks.
Bro.
The pain felt equivalent to smiling by myself. Until
Okay.
suddenly, an anomaly broke into my house. It was 9:36. I ran to the
Okay.
source of the noise. Then, I saw the creature. It was a gangly, stretched, grotesque,
Okay.
inproportionate creature, standing still in the middle of the hallway. I
Bro.
kept smiling. I wanted to stop so badly, but my
Okay.
sliced cheeks were preventing me from doing that. The
Okay.
creature thought that I was one of them, so
Okay.
luckily, it finally left. I couldn't sleep that night. At this point, I could only express one facial expression. Smiling. I may
Okay.
look happy, but I am not behind this smile. I'm suffering, both physically and mentally.
Hey,
That
hold on.
next night, I woke up at exactly 4:49 a.m. When I
Okay.
was tired, scared, hopeless, and still smiling. I rubbed my eyes in tiredness. When suddenly, I saw the creature standing in my bedroom doorway, staring at me, smiling. It was watching. Not like just watching, but stalking and observing, like it's waiting for me to lose the last drop of stamina I had
Okay.
left. And stop smiling. And attack. Its neck twitched. Before it approached me. Looked
Okay.
at me directly with its blood-red, monstrous eyes of joy. It scared me so badly to the point I just couldn't smile anymore. And
You
I let
did.
go. Well, it felt so good letting go of this expression. The
Hey,
monster
hold on.
didn't tolerate it. It attacked me. And I was rapidly bleeding
Damn.
out. I don't have much time left.
That's
To
crazy,
anyone
bro.
who is hearing this, remember, these monsters
I
will
don't know why
seek
I'm
out
laughing.
anyone
I
who is not smiling or fearing to
don't
be
know why
one
I'm
of them.
laughing, bro.
Whatever you do, don't stop smiling. But if you don't,
This is
your mutilated
fuck
corpse
is that?
will. This is an emergency broadcast issue.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. So he stops finally just died. Like, this is crazy, bro. Use headphones for better experience. Does earbuds count? Okay, that's fine. If your dog started barking at night, lock the door.
This message is issued by the
So your dog started barking, he's gonna leave it outside the dog.
Emergency Coordination Center. Please listen closely and follow the instructions that follow. This is not a drill. If your dog has been exhibiting unusual nighttime barking behavior, particularly in wooded or rural areas, you need to take immediate action. Over the
Okay.
past 3 weeks, we have received dozens of reports from residents living in forested regions across the county describing a disturbing pattern of animal behavior. What
Okay.
began as routine calls about noise complaints has evolved into something far more serious. The
Okay.
reports share common elements that have prompted this emergency advisory. It started on the evening of June 8th when dispatch received the first call from a resident on Timber Ridge Road.
Okay.
The caller, a retired carpenter named
Couldn't you just put a muzzle in their mouth to make them stop barking?
Marcus Chen, reported that his German Shepherd had been barking incessantly every night at exactly 11:47 p.m. Marcus had owned the dog, Rex, for 6 years and described
Rex.
their bond as extraordinary. Rex slept at the foot of his bed, accompanied him on morning walks, and had never shown signs of anxiety or unusual behavior.
Yeah.
But something had changed. For 14 consecutive nights, Rex would position himself at the back door and bark toward the tree line behind their cabin. Marcus said the barking wasn't aggressive or territorial like when strangers approached. It was different, protective, almost pleading. Rex would look back at Marcus between barks, as if trying to communicate something urgent. When
Okay.
Marcus would join him at the door and shine a flashlight into the woods,
Of
he saw
course this dumbass nigga will go outside, bro. This nigga is stupid, bro. This nigga, bro, I hate when people do this shit, bro. Like when you think there's someone out there and you just go outside to investigate, bro. Why would you go outside and look at it if you don't even have a weapon on you, bro? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
nothing.
That shit
Just
pisses me
pine
off.
trees swaying in the darkness. But Rex would continue barking until Marcus physically led him away from the door. Similar reports flooded our lines throughout that week. A widow in Pine Hollow described her golden retriever pacing the perimeter of her
Golden
property
retriever.
each night, whimpering and scratching.
Hey man, my opinion, bro. Hey, I think the best dogs are Golden Retriever, German Shepherds, Huskies, and Labradors. I think the best dogs, in my opinion.
At the doors. The dog would only calm down when she brought him inside and closed all the curtains. A young couple near Maple Creek reported their normally quiet beagle howling mournfully toward the forest, behavior that began the same night as Marcus's experience on Timber Ridge.
Okay.
The pattern was consistent across all reports.
What does it mean?
Dogs with previously normal behavior suddenly becoming hyper-alert during specific nighttime hours. All the affected properties bordered
Yeah, I'm
dense
not gonna lie,
woodland.
bro. Yeah,
All
I'm
the
not
dog-
gonna lie. Hearing the heartbeat sound for is kind of making me think that like I'm gonna trip out. So.
Focus their attention on the tree line, not the road or neighboring homes. And in every case, the owners described their pets as trying to position themselves between their family and whatever they sensed in the darkness. On June 22nd, something changed. Marcus
what
called
changed, bro?
dispatch at 2:17 a.m., his voice shaking. He said Rex had been barking as usual when they both heard it. A sound from the woods. Not an animal sound, Marcus insisted, but something else. A low, rhythmic tapping, like someone knocking on wood with their knuckles.
Okay.
Rex's barking became frantic, almost hysterical. Then, abruptly, the dog fell silent. Marcus heard a single, soft whimper, and then nothing. When he looked outside, Rex was sitting perfectly still, staring into the trees. The dog's ears were flattened against his head, and Marcus said he'd never seen Rex look so afraid. The tapping sound had stopped, but Marcus felt like something was watching them from the darkness. He stayed awake until dawn, with Rex pressed against his legs, both of them listening to the silence. The next night, Rex didn't bark at all. For the first first time in over 2 weeks,
Okay.
11:47 p.m. came and went without incident. Marcus felt relieved, thinking whatever had been disturbing his dog had finally moved on.
No.
But his relief was short-lived.
Yo.
3 days later, Marcus called us again. This time, Rex was barking inside the cabin. Not at the
Okay.
door or windows, but at the walls themselves. The dog would stand in the center of the living room and bark at the wooden walls, moving from
Okay.
spot to spot as if tracking something moving around the perimeter of the house. Marcus said it felt like something was circling his home, staying just out of sight but its presence. Other residents reported similar
Okay.
changes in their dog's behavior. The nighttime barking had stopped, but now their pets were agitated during daylight hours, refusing to go outside and cowering when their owners approached windows. Several people mentioned feeling watched while doing routine outdoor activities like checking the mail or bringing in groceries.
Okay.
On June 28th, Marcus had his encounter. He was splitting wood behind his cabin around 3 p.m. when Rex
No,
began
it
barking
was-
from inside the house. Through the window, Marcus could see his dog pawing frantically at the back door. That's when he noticed the shadow. At the edge of the tree line stood a
Slender
figure
Man.
unlike
Slender
anything Marcus
Man.
had ever seen.
We got
Impossibly
tall slender
maybe
man.
8 or 9 feet, with
Damn.
limbs that seemed too long for its frame.
Oh
The
my
figure
god.
was perfectly still, just watching him. Marcus described feeling an overwhelming sense of wrongness, as if his mind couldn't fully process what he was
holds you.
looking at,
Bro,
the
get
figure's
out.
proportions
Come
were
on.
human, but
Get inside,
stretched.
bro.
distorted in a way that made Marcus's vision blur when he tried to focus on details.
Bro,
Marcus
get
dropped his
inside, bro.
axe and backed toward the
Yeah.
house, never taking his eyes
Bro,
off
why,
the figure.
how that nigga stretch his neck like that? How did he stretch his neck like that, bro?
He said the thing's head tracked his movement with an unnatural smoothness,
Bro.
like it was floating rather than attached to a neck. When
Nah,
Marcus
that's
reached for the door handle, he heard Rex barking turn to whimpering. The dog was pressed against the inside of the door, trembling. As Marcus fumbled with the lock, he heard footsteps. Not the crack of twigs or rustle of leaves you'd expect from
Okay.
someone walking through the forest, but a soft, deliberate padding, like
Crickles.
bare feet on moss. The sound was getting closer.
Bro.
Marcus finally got the door open and stumbled inside, immediately deadbolting it behind
Okay.
him. When he looked out the window, the figure was gone.
hmm
That evening, Marcus discovered that Rex was different. The dog no longer came when called. He wouldn't eat his regular food and refused to sleep in the bedroom. Instead,
Okay.
Rex positioned himself by the front door and stayed there, alert and motionless.
Okay.
When Marcus tried to pet him, Rex flinched away. It was as if something had been taken from the dog, some essential part of his personality erased.
Bro.
Marcus
what?
isn't the only one who's encountered this figure.
What is
Local
that?
authorities have received 17 similar reports over the past month, all describing the same impossibly tall presence lurking at the edges of wooded properties.
Okay.
Some witnesses describe it as native to the area. Some
So like, why can't you just like shoot it? Like yo, so you see a 9 foot creature, why can't you just shoot it, bro? Like couldn't you just blow it up, bro? I mean, like that's probably what I would try. I'll definitely try try shooting it with explosives, see if it died. I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. I definitely tried it. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, let's see if we can take this, bro. You know, we got a 9 foot tall slender man in the forest. Like, I feel like it's worth a try, bro.
thing that's always been in these forests. Others tell more disturbing stories. A hunting party from the reservation 20 miles north reported seeing tracks near their camp 3 years ago. Footprints that were human-shaped but nearly 2 feet long, pressed deep into the mud as if made by something incredibly heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The tribal elders they consulted spoke of old warnings about things that walk between the trees, entities that take pieces of what they encounter. They said dogs could sense these beings long before humans ever could, and that a dog's protection should never be ignored. We've also received reports of missing items from properties where encounters have occurred. Not valuable objects, but personal things. A child's favorite toy. A wedding ring left on a nightstand.
Bro, that nigga be stealing objects, bro. This nigga, dude, we got a 9 foot tall slender man. 9 foot tall slender man in the forest stealing objects, bro. This is crazy, bro. Yo, bro, he's kind of like the coconut crab, my boy. Like, this be stealing this shit,
A
bro.
photograph
That's
from a
crazy.
mantelpiece. The items disappear without any
They
sign
like,
of
he walking in, he like, hold on, wait, let me see what you got. He run. So 9 foot tall swimmer not only kills people, but he also steals objects that belong to people. This is crazy, bro. He's a robber.
entry, as if they
Robber
simply
and a
vanish from
killer.
existence.
Come on, bro.
Witnesses describe these disappearances happening in the days
is
following
crazy.
their encounters with the tall figure. What concerns us most is the pattern we're seeing in the affected animals. Dogs that once provided comfort and companionship to their families are becoming withdrawn and fearful.
Bro,
Some
how?
refuse to enter certain rooms of their homes. Others won't go outside at all, even during daylight hours. Veterinary examinations reveal no physical ailments, but the behavioral changes appear to be permanent. Based on our investigation, we've identified 3 distinct stages in
Permanent
these encounters.
changes.
Stage 1 is recognition. Your dog begins exhibiting protective behavior, typically during late evening hours. The animal focuses on wooded areas and appears to be tracking something you cannot see. This stage can last for days or weeks, with the behavior occurring at consistent times.
Okay.
Stage 2 is contact. Something acknowledges your dog's awareness.
Okay.
You may hear unusual sounds from the forest, experience electronic interference with phones or radios, or
Wow.
notice changes in your pet's behavior patterns. The dog's protective instincts intensify, and they may attempt to prevent you from going outside or approaching windows.
Okay.
Stage 3 is aftermath. Following direct visual contact with the entity, both you and your pet are permanently changed.
What?
Dogs lose aspects of their personality and become withdrawn from their families.
Okay.
Witnesses report ongoing feelings of being observed and experience the disappearance of personal items from their homes. If you are currently experiencing Stage 1 behavior from your dog, take these precautions immediately. Do not ignore your pet's warnings. When your dog exhibits protective behavior toward wooded areas, bring them inside and secure all entry points to your home. Close curtains and blinds to prevent outside observation. Do not attempt to investigate what your dog is alerting you to, especially during nighttime hours. If you hear unusual sounds from the forest, such as rhythmic tapping or unnatural movement, do not investigate. These sounds appear to be attempts at communication or luring behavior. Remain indoors with your pet until daylight.
Okay.
Several witnesses who investigated these sounds reported immediate escalation to Stage 2 encounters.
Okay.
Never leave your dog outside overnight if they are exhibiting these warning behaviors. The animal's protective instincts are specifically focused on keeping your family safe, and separating them from you during these episodes appears to intensify the entity's interest in your property.
What?
If you have reached Stage 2 and are experiencing daylight intrusions or direct sightings, contact law enforcement immediately. Do not attempt to approach or communicate with the entity.
Okay.
Witnesses who have tried to interact with the figure
Tall ass nigga.
report severe psychological after effects and accelerated progression to Stage 3 conditions.
Okay.
We want to emphasize that this phenomenon appears to be spreading throughout our county's forested regions. What began as isolated incidents in remote areas is now being reported in suburban neighborhoods that border woodland.
Suburban.
The entity shows particular interest in properties where families have strong bonds with their pets, suggesting it may be drawn to emotional connections between humans and animals.
Bruh.
Multiple search teams have attempted to track this entity through the forests, but these efforts have been unsuccessful. The
Bruh.
being appears
That's
to move
crazy.
through terrain without leaving consistent tracks and seems capable of avoiding detection by conventional means. However, it cannot hide from the natural
Bro, so how could a tall ass monster be undetected though?
instincts of domestic animals, which is why your dog's warnings are crucial to your family's safety. 3 families have already experienced the full progression of these encounters, and all report permanent changes to their lives. The dogs involved no longer provide the same companionship and protection they once offered their families. More concerning, each family has lost personal items that held significant emotional value,
Damn.
objects that cannot be replaced, and whose
He
absence
stole-
creates ongoing
Stole your
distress.
shit.
We are working with
That's
tribal
crazy, but he
consultants
got
and
robbed.
wildlife experts to better understand this phenomenon, but our primary concern is preventing additional encounters. The pattern suggests that early intervention during stage 1 can break the cycle of escalation. Your dog's protective behavior is not random anxiety or territorial display. It is a warning system that has evolved over thousands of years of domestication, and it should be trusted absolutely. This broadcast will repeat every 4 hours until further notice. Emergency services are coordinating response efforts, but the remote nature of affected areas means response times may be extended. Your best protection is immediate compliance with these safety guidelines and complete trust in your pet's instincts. Remember, if your dog is barking at the woods at night, something is watching you from the darkness. The silence that follows isn't peace, it's patience. And when that silence ends, it may already be too late to protect what the entity has come to take.
Bruh, that's crazy, bro. If your dog cries at night, run. If your dog coughs at night, run. Bro. If your friends. What? Bro, like, what is this, bro? The fuck? Slenderman Sonic? Slenderman Sonic in this hole, bro. Slenderman Sonic, do not correct your teacher or you die. Bro, like, what is this, bro? Bro, it's you correct your teacher, you just die, bro. This is funny, bro. This is why your dog stares at nothing. This is why your dog sleep under the bed. Bro. Dude, that's fucking crazy. School knows. Bro. So why your dog barks at the cat? Don't fall asleep. Make a deal. A headless T-Rex. Siren head T-Rex, bro. You need to... Okay, buddy. That's why your dog nights. Coughs at night. It's not a hedgehog ass nigga. If your dog starts laughing, run, guys. It's very scary. SCP-6448, what the fuck is that? Ugly ass creature. Why is bro naked? Your school is not safe. What the fuck is that? Bro, what the fuck? The boiled one. Bro, the ugly.
Peep soup and
Yeah.
Dasani water, now
The sunny
vegetarian.
water.
So consider adding these new
Okay.
favorites to your shopping list.
How's
We
this
want to
analog
give you
cord?
what you want, but first we need you to buy what we have.
From your
Okay.
friends at Barton.
Okay. Stand by. Okay.
Warning.
National
The
emergency.
United
declared.
States government has issued a civil emergency message to all citizens. A
Okay.
national emergency has been declared.
Uh-huh.
This is not a test. 3
Okay.
days ago, a violent new viral outbreak, designated as IV-24, was first reported in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
It has
Chicago,
spread
of course.
rapidly through the surrounding regions and is now considered a nationwide threat.
Okay. So, if there's a threat this high, ain't the best option is to nuke everything. This being dead ass. Not safe anymore. What the fuck?
Initial symptoms may resemble a severe flu,
Severe
including
flu.
profuse sweating, chills,
Profuse sweating,
shivering, high
shivering,
fever exceeding
high
104
fever.
degrees Fahrenheit, and violent, bloody coughing.
Bloody cough.
But unlike typical respiratory infections, SIV-24 completely shuts down the immune system within the first hour of exposure. In some
Damn.
cases,
What the fuck?
as the infection progresses, victims begin to suffer the following: acute strokes, severe internal bleeding, bleeding from
Okay.
the
Okay, buddy.
death follows rapidly after.
Okay. Oh,
Within
she did
minutes
look
of
at
cardiac
spooks.
arrest, victims experience an unexplained reanimation.
Okay.
These individuals become hyper-aggressive, unresponsive to pain, and attack any nearby non-infected person to spread SIV-24. Go home and stay indoors. Lock all doors and windows leading outside. Do not trust any strangers for any reason.
Okay.
Spend your last days with your family.
Okay.
The National Guard and armed
Boy, I thought
forces
I
are
was gonna
being
get jump
deployed
scared, nigga.
alongside law enforcement.
Okay.
They have been authorized to use lethal force against any suspected infected, whether reanimated or not. Do not wait to evacuate once symptoms are visible in your area.
Hold on. Damn. I had to sneeze. Okay.
You may not have the time. Stay tuned.
Okay. Yeah, this actually it's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit nervous. Okay. Weather. Okay. So something's definitely gonna happen with the Weather Channel. Hey, yeah. 5/11, July 11th. Yeah. Standing by.
Warning. Warning. The United States government has issued a civil danger warning to all citizens. A national emergency is in effect. This is not a test. The infection is confirmed in all major U.S. cities and urban areas.
Damn.
Rural and remote areas are becoming the only remaining safe zones. Remain sheltered in your homes.
Okay.
The infected have been analyzed and they have no proof of brain activity or heartbeat. Whether the infected are considered alive or human is being debated. Regardless, they are extremely aggressive and dangerous. If they cut or bite you, you will become infected. There is no known cure for this infection. Avoid contact with the infected at all costs. The National Guard and armed forces that have been deployed are now under a shoot-on-sight protocol. If you are outside when approached by military forces, you will be considered hostile and neutralized.
Damn.
Do not go outside or you risk being infected or shot and killed by the military. Only leave your shelter when you receive an all-clear signal. When you receive the all-clear, you must go to a nearby military shelter. You will be checked for infection and evacuated from the area. Stay tuned.
Okay. This is crazy, bro.
Warning. Warning. The United States government has issued a shelter in place to all citizens. A national emergency is in effect. This is not a test. The SIV-24 virus has been confirmed in multiple countries in all regions of the world. The United Nations has deployed peacekeepers globally except for the American continent. They are working to subdue the spread of infection. Anyone who has not evacuated into a military shelter should remain in their homes. Anyone caught outside of their homes or military shelter will be killed by the military. If
Damn.
you see anyone, including friends or family, show any of the following symptoms, isolate them immediately and prepare for the worst.
Okay.
Profuse
Kill them.
sweating, chills, shivering, high fever exceeding 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and violent, bloody coughing. If you see the same person show any of the following symptoms shortly after the previous symptoms, either evacuate the area or neutralize them immediately. Acute
Wow.
strokes, severe internal bleeding, bleeding from the eyes, nose, and
What the fuck is that?
they will attack and kill you. The government
Wow.
no longer recognizes the infected as human beings. They are recognized as hostile entities seeking genocide on the human race. There is
Okay.
no repercussion for using lethal force on the infected. All U.S. firearm restrictions are now suspended. All citizens aged 13 and older are permitted to carry and use any weapon for self-defense, including
Okay.
previously restricted firearms and attachments.
Okay.
There will be no registration, no prosecution, no questions. Stay tuned.
Not trust the Broncos, they're listening. Ugly ass nigga.
Warning. Warning. The United States government has issued an evacuation immediate to all citizens. A national emergency is in effect.
Day 42.
This is not a test. The
Day
infected are
66.
gathered in very large groups in cities and urban areas. The United States military has evacuated from city and urban zones.
Okay.
If you are in a city or urban zone, it is highly advised you leave immediately.
Okay.
The infected seem to be getting smarter.
and they will find you.
Okay.
Once you are out of city or urban areas, the military may mistake you for infected once you enter a military zone.
Okay.
To avoid being mistaken as infected, carry an American flag of any size on you. Any color flag or cloth will also do. Military personnel are required to fire warning shots. When you hear or see a warning shot, wave your flag to indicate you are not infected.
Okay.
If you fail to wave a flag, you will be shot. Use
What?
back roads as much as possible. Avoid major highways at all costs.
Okay.
And under no circumstances should you travel at night. Travel tips. Use high-clearance vehicles. The quieter the vehicle, the better. Be advised that roads are blocked with abandoned cars and debris. Bring enough food and clean water to last at least 14 days. Do not
That's an
use
ugly
tunnels
ass
or
creature.
underground routes. Infected are congregating in those spaces. Within the next 7 days, military forces will begin targeted strikes against infected city and urban zones using air-to-ground bombardment. These
Damn.
operations are intended to eliminate
Nuclear
high-density
strike.
infection clusters and slow the spread of SIV-24. If
Damn.
the population of residents in your city or urban area was over 100,000 residents, you are likely
Damn.
in a heavily infected zone. Stay tuned. Warning. The United States government has issued
Okay.
a civil emergency
So-
message to all citizens. This is not a test. As of this
So what's gonna happen
broadcast,
at this?
the federal government is no longer operational.
What? Okay.
Many military evacuation centers have gone silent. If your local or state government has fallen or falls in the future, there is no further help coming. You
Yeah.
must assume full responsibility for your safety and survival. If you're uninfected, stay low, stay quiet, stay alive. Pray to God for your protection.
He no longer hears you. I'm definitely gonna get jump scared. Yo, yeah, man, please stop playing this, bro. I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna get jump scared. It's gonna be a jump scare. It's gonna be a jump scare. Bro. Okay. Guess that's the end of that. No. Okay. Whew. Oh man. That just did make me feel a little nervous. Okay, so it's already been 40 minutes somehow. So I didn't expect this video to be this long, bro. I was just watching shit, but okay, I still was a little bit nervous. But that's pretty good. So okay, what time I'm watching this? Watch this at 7:30. Nigga, my sleep is gonna be fucked. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all might have to pray for me, bro, for real, bro. Cause you know, I got sleep paralysis and Ashley might get that shit. So you know what I'm saying? So then I'm going to have to go to sleep like, you know, like like facing my like pillow or something, because I can't look at anything else. So yeah, anyways, yeah, see y'all next time, bro. Hopefully my sleep is not cooked. Okay.